Qwen 3.5 122B A10B, the open-source model beating GPT-5 Mini, with only 8% of its brain. An open-source AI model with 122 billion parameters just beat GPT-5 Mini on knowledge, reasoning, and tool use, while only activating 8% of its brain per token. Qwen 3.5 is Alibaba's newest mixture of experts model. And after analyzing 38 sources, including official model cards and independent benchmarks, I'm going to break it down. We'll look at why this architecture matters, how it fares against closed-source giants, and if you can run it yourself. I processed 38 unique sources across Hugging Face, NVIDIA Forums, and Reddit's local El Llama community, so you don't have to. No sponsorships, no affiliate deals, just the data. Qwen 3.5 122B A10B was released February 24, 2026 by Alibaba's Qwen team under the Apache 2.0 license. The headline number is 122 billion parameters, but here's the twist. It only activates 10 billion per token. Think of it like a panel of 256 experts. For every question, a router picks the 8 most relevant specialists to answer. The other 247 stay quiet. That's massive knowledge storage with a tiny compute footprint per response. This is also a native multimodal model. Text, images, and video were all trained together using early fusion. It supports a native context window of 262,144 tokens, extendable to roughly 1 million via Yarn scaling. It even outperforms its own predecessor, Qwen 3.5B, despite having half the active parameters. Architecture and training quality officially matter more than raw size. Now, let's get into the benchmark showdown. On MMLU Pro, it scores 86.7% compared to GPT-5 Mini's 83.7% and Claude Sonnet 4.5's 80.8%. On GPQA Diamond, a graduate-level reasoning benchmark, it hits 86.6%, a nearly 4-point lead over GPT. The biggest gap? Agentic tool use? It beats GPT-5 Mini by a massive 17-point margin on BFCL version 4. On vision tasks, it dominates. If you're working with documents, diagrams, or visual data, these numbers are hard to ignore. But where does it lose? Claude still leads on coding, and GPT-5 Mini wins on multilingual knowledge and competition math. Under the hood, this uses DeltaNet. It compresses context into fixed-size memory states, using way less VRAM. The design uses a 3-to-1 ratio, 3 efficient DeltaNet layers followed by 1 precision attention layer. This is why inference speed reaches up to 159 tokens per second. It's about using parameters smarter, not just more of them. So, can you actually run it locally? At full precision, you'd need about 283 gigabytes of video memory. But at 4-bit quantization, you can run it on 4 RTX 4090s or a single A100. Apple Silicon users are in luck too. The real game changer? Using MOE offloading, you can run this on a single 24GB GPU with 256GB of system RAM. API pricing is also compelling. Real-world tests found it roughly 10 to 18 times cheaper per task than GPT 5.2. A community tip: it can overthink. Users recommend disabling thinking mode and setting temperature to 0.45 for vision. Qwen 3.5 represents an inflection point. 10 billion active parameters beating 80+ billion is remarkable. Apache 2.0 licensing means no API rug pulls and no data leaving your servers. You own the entire deployment. If this breakdown helped, hit subscribe. I analyze every major release with 38 sources and zero bias. Drop a comment. Are you running this locally? And tell me what model I should deep dive next.